And the election is coming up in a hurry. And the question is, what can we do? What we have to do is simply the same thing that we've always done, and that's encourage people to get out and vote. I think, the problem today is, up until 1968 through 74, voting was a thing because the laws had not been written to allow not only people of color to vote, but also females. But we've fought that fight. The laws are in the books, and obviously they're not being adhered to, because there are those of us Americans that don't want everybody to have equality. What we have to do is educate the people that we know. And this is a beautiful thing. This is the first time that I've spoken in the last 2.5, 3 years where the audience, in this case, was majority of 1970 folk, the generation after me. And I say that, and here's why it's important for you. You did not see it. We're telling the story here. We're telling history here. I know the first time that Greg talked to me, and he showed me the take where I was emotional. I wanted him to cut it. I did not like being portrayed like that. That was not me. I'm a military guy. I'm airborne ranger jump from all of this. But he asked me a question that touched my soul, and it hurt. And after he put the film together, you could see a common thread. That it hurt. You all don't realize, because you didn't see it, and God bless you for being here. But everything that you've read, everything that you've seen on television is real. For me, I know you saw a bunch of black and white in this movie, but the world was actually black and white. There was no color. It was either white or it was black. You were either this side or that side. We lived in a black and white world. And if you haven't noticed, the South is different than the rest of the United States. They're still fighting that battle of oppression. It's almost like it's fun. If you notice, a lot of people have a lot of smiles on their face when they talk about denying people their rights. Michelle Obama got beat up because she said she was proud to be an American. Let me explain to you what that's all about. I've been spit on and I've been called a lot of things because I was black. When in uniform, by other people that I served with. But the happiest moment of my military life is when I was spit on overseas, when I was cursed out overseas. You know why? Because they disliked me simply because I was an American. That was my proudest moment. To be disliked simply because I was an American. And not something else that somebody else sees. So I appreciate you all being here. And I appreciate your question of how do we fix this? We have to inform others. And Greg, I appreciate efforts like this. This is history. I don't know where it's going to go. I don't know what's going to happen to it, but it is documented history. 15 years from now, 20 years from now, or if Kemp decides to run for president, the knowledge and information of how things were are documented there. The beauty of this, my uncle Joe, that was in the movie, the guy that was standing in front of the church, turned 97 yesterday. My father's 95. He turned 95 in in July. I turn almost Greg's age in August. But the reason why I'm telling you that, and there's some personal pieces. The start of the documentary, The Gun in the Bible, that was my grandmother's gun. Amazingly, it was turned to that passage. And that was her behind us and my mother. He has touched my family deeply, and the message that he put out should touch the soul of our nation. It's amazing that 20,000 or 2,000 mules can get such recognition. That is propaganda. This is all fact. They can be back checked. Even the conversation that we had, nothing was said that I did not know to be real. Because I didn't want anybody to go through and go, oh, that's not real, that's not real. And the mere fact that Jesse Jackson has seen it, Greg has seen it, validates the reality of the information he's trying to pass out. But we've got to spread the word. We've got to, the civil rights era is over. Jesse's still living. Al Sharpton's still living. Andrew Young is still living. John Lewis, we've lost him and lost everybody else. But there are three major figures that are left over from the civil rights era. Everything that they fought for has been documented and lost. This moment in time of voter suppression, of making America great again, so you don't really understand what that's all about. America is great right now. It's greater today than it was yesterday. And our efforts should be trying to make America better than it's ever been. Not great again. Nobody wants to go backwards. We always want progress. And we need you to care enough about our tomorrow to invest in your tomorrow so that it is a better place. Thank you.
Okay, wow. Hope you got that.